pictures and then they look bad because they're not all in HD like you, Dave.
I don't know if you're using like a Zoom recorder, but like the reason I use Skype is I can record everybody's video channels separately, so that I get their full resolution video files as independent things with the separate audio, and then I can compile all that separately and then sync it literally in Final Cut, sync it all as multicam, and then cut it as multicam video.
Wow, I like that.
Which is why I use Skype, even though I hate it.
Shy, do you wanna take the potato and run with it and introduce everything and do all that?
Sure. I can be that person today.
Yeah, you know Dave best. I think that's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. This stranger. I guess whenever. I don't know. Are we? Oh, we are live. I see us on YouTube. Cool.
Oh, we're live? Okay. I should wipe my resting bitch face off now.
Oh, you're going to start now? We're into the 11th episode. You're going to start now?
Oh, I'm on episode 11? Damn.
Hold on, listen.
That means the show's actually sticking around. You guys made it past the famous episode 10, which means I'm on an episode of a show that will actually continue moving forward. That's fun.
That's huge.
Are we really? Is this really episode 11?
I was just thinking that. I was like, really?
Think about it. We did like grocery shopping. We did clothes shopping. We did Cane Talk. We did NFB. We had so many guest speakers.
Yeah, I guess it's...
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep this shit rolling, right?
Love it. Yeah. That's why we put the explicit warning on
our So I was gonna say it. Swear words are allowed, I assume, on the show.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Can't function with them, so they have to be allowed. Okay, so welcome to Inspirations Beyond Disability. I guess we are live. Gonna go around the round circle and introduce everyone. I'm Shy, not so shy everywhere. And Brittany.
Hello, I am Brittany. 3_ Vine Beauty _ everywhere. Excuse my background, they are so rude. Hush. Yeah, 3_ Vine Beauty _ everywhere. And Kate.
I'm Caitlin Wackerman. Caitlin Wackerman on TikTok and Kate Wack on Instagram. Jason?
Oh, hi. I'm Jason from Public Access America, and you can find me everywhere Public Access America is found, on Twitter at Public Access Pod and on TikTok and Snapchat at Public Access Guy, which means I get to say, hey, who are you, Dave?
Hi, I'm Dave. I now go on the internet as TellYouDave on everything. I'm at TellYouDave. But I'm also I like to say content creator. I just make stuff all over the place on all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So Dave, I actually probably the first one who met Dave out of this bundle.
Probably.
So I guess Dave found me on TikTok and then messaged me and we started talking and stuff. So I don't know. Why are you on TikTok?
About a year ago, I was doing basically when COVID really hit its top, like got really bad. I brought back a morning podcast I did called Forget Being Cool, where we did like a 3-day-a-week morning podcast. And that's a show with my friend John that just kind of spirals out of control into complete nonsense. But we started making fun of TikTok and how dumb we thought TikTok was. But we also kind of said, what if we made some dumb TikToks? So we made and what our original idea was, we were going to go back and forth and make dumb jokes to each other on the same account. And it was funny for about 2 videos. But after getting like 200 views on that first video, like I think everybody does on TikTok, I was like, all right, what the heck? Like that's more video views than I get on most YouTube videos I've ever done, right? So I'm like, I'm just going to stay on this app and keep scrolling through it. And then, like everybody else, I got completely addicted to it.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid, and they continue to show me more and more stuff that relates to me. Now then months and months and months of me just scrolling through TikTok go by, and I'm just scrolling. I'm not making anything. I think I put up like one video of my dog just to be dumb. And then I come across Shy. I told nothing. I talked about my blindness nowhere. I never searched for any of it. I come across Shy, and she's another legally blind creator talking about some blind thing, and I was like, the crap. There's this group of blind people on TikTok. So then and slowly after seeing Shy, I start seeing more and more of you guys in this group. And I'm like, oh, and so then I start jumping in on the controversy of people saying, like, you know, I moved all the furniture around on my kid. I'm like, I'm in now. We're having a debate. This is now, I'm now stitching. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm here and sharing opinions. And so, you know, what I started doing this only maybe January, maybe a little bit before that, right? And I'm at 800 followers on TikTok. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making Dave TikToks.
I feel like none of us really know what we're doing.
Not really.
Literally
Absolutely no idea.
Like at all.
Stuff.
Every single one of you is genuine, and that's why it's coming off. That's why people are reacting to it. It's because you're not fake trying to get views. You're being yourself, and that's
you're very relatable.
Yeah.
TikTok is weird in a way that it treats like being genuine differently than any other platform, right?
For sure.
Facebook is my family pretending to be perfect. Instagram is the world pretending that they're perfect. Or rich. Twitter's like, I'm a business holder and I make stuff. I'm on Twitter because being on Twitter is cool, right? YouTube's like, I'm in video production and I make YouTube videos. If I'm not doing that, I have no subscribers and no one cares what I'm doing. TikTok's like, do you have opinions? You want to share those opinions? You want to be honest with people? Do you want to see what people honestly think of your opinions? Go for it. This is TikTok.
That what TikTok is?
I don't know.
Yep.
I've only been around a couple months. What do I know?
And I have like this love-hate relationship with TikTok because there are people that are genuine and like people get on there and they're buying it and they don't care. And I love that.
Yeah.
You could like let your hair down. And then also people just say and do the dumbest things. And it's like, it's a love-hate thing.
I think the difference there though is TikTok rewards being genuine more so than the people who are fake as crap.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Well,
I hope so.
In my experience, although I don't believe in shadow banning crap, and I don't believe in follow for follow, and I don't believe in a lot of the trends.
I damn sure don't believe in follow for follow.
Make sure you like this stuff. Like that attitude kind of drives me nuts. So I get, but at the same time, the best videos, my best performing videos, are me just spouting off a stupid opinion of some dumb thing somebody else said.
Right.
So, what do I know?
I feel like TikTok rewards, it's really hard to narrow that down because TikTok to me, although all the internet platforms are extremely diverse and full of, you know, just the world and everybody doing their own shit, TikTok really does feel like little islands, you know, like little communities. And there are sides of TikTok that are really fake and really gross and
I mean TikTok decides every once in a while that I belong on Republican women TikTok. I don't know why, but it makes me mad every time I find myself there, like genuinely mad, and I'm like, get me the F out of here. But at the same time though, Shy, is I found blind talk without I probably listed blindness in my bio probably all over the place on and off in the last, I've been blind basically my entire life. but it's not really a thing I've openly talked about, especially recently, until TikTok. And yet it still found me this group of people very, very odd how it just kind of did
So
that.
weird how that works.
Uh-oh.
So, Dave,
Daisy's
question.
back. Sorry, Brittany, you can go ahead. I just wanted to let
Ayo,
you know.
Daisy.
Daisy's back.
Daisy.
What's up, crazy Daisy?
And visually impaired says hello, but go ahead.
Hey, visually impaired. But so Dave, speaking of your blindness, and tell me about that, because I want to know, like, when did it start? What is your eye condition?
Yeah, what's up with that?
So shortly after I was born, the timeline shifts in the story that I've been told. I stopped eating. My mom had me and I stopped eating, like completely, and no one really knows why to this day. And then they took me to the hospital. In the hospital, I had a seizure, which then killed a small section of my brain in the early 90s, right? So no one knows anything about anything. And everybody's like, he might never walk. Like, he might never say a word ever. And they said, we're not sure. We don't know what's going to happen. Turns out all that really ended up doing is affect the way that my brain processes my vision. So it's not like a physical, like, it's not really my eyes, but the way that my brain perceives them. So I've lost basically my peripheral vision on every side except for this side, and 90% of my vision is gone in my left eye. Just gone. I don't see blurriness. I don't have a lot of the tropes, I guess. But the best way it's been explained to me, because I don't remember a time where I had better vision, is that I see directly in front of me at 20/50 clearly.
Wow. Nice.
So, but it's only a very, very small section compared to what the rest of everybody else sees. So it's
looking through a toilet paper roll type of thing.
Yeah, but but the way that my brain corrects that doesn't, like, I don't have tunnel vision like people describe tunnel vision.
Okay.
Right.
And I have nystagmus because my left eye just shakes to no end.
Right.
But other than that, it's kind of just a thing that prevents me from driving and doing all the things that people want to do that are sighted.
Yeah.
It's Dave. Go ahead, Shai.
No. Go.
I forgot. Oh, does it? Okay. Does it affect like lighting or darkness? Just like that one eye.
Seeing in the dark is awful.
Okay.
But it's never been like, you need to wear your glasses in the dark kind of thing. It's never been like correctable fluorescent lights kind of bother me. As I get older, some of these things bother me more than they did like growing up. But I need pretty clear lighting to see things in general. And like backlit menus, like lit up screens, are easier to see than like a piece of paper. And for whatever reason, that's a thing. My vision's very weird. It's very weird, and no one diagnoses it well. And it's such a conflicting thing. I fought basically with Social Security for the last, I'm going to say 3 years, with a final approval today, but based on their doctors diagnosing me differently than my doctors have my entire life. And they don't account for brain conditions when they say it's, you're blind. We're just going to look at your eyes and your visual things. And it's like, but you're not accounting for like the way it actually is being processed.
Right. You know what's so weird about that is your doctors can't explain your eyesight and you can't explain your eyesight, but yet every single person that comes and talks to you wants to know the definition of it.
100%. Everybody goes, I want to know what you see. And I'm like, that'd be great if I knew what I saw compared to you. Like if I had that metric, just even for a day, I could describe things so much better. But like the way that things move at me isn't because I study video production. I know the irony. I know studying
Yeah.
video production, visual arts degree. Hello, I got a degree in visual arts. But like, you know, the way I describe it is like the way if somebody throws a ball at me, not only do I not really see it coming when it hits me in the face, but it like also kind of comes at a slower frame rate. Like,
Oh wow, yeah.
like that is the way I would describe it. It's the difference between 24 FPS and 60 FPS. But I'd say it's coming at me at like 19 FPS, but it's still coming at me at full force.
Right.
But you say that to an eye doctor and they've never studied video production. They studied eyes and brains. So
that is it.
you're like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's the interesting thing, because an eye doctor does not study brains and a brain doctor does not study eyes. And
it's weird 'cause
you need
there's a
something that
connection.
connects the two, right?
Well, that's why I
Yes.
have a neuro-ophthalmologist.
Oh,
That's what I have as well.
So but she's the specialist. She's the only one that can really diagnose me. So when Social Security says we sent you to the most generic eye doctor in the middle
Of
of East
course.
bumfuck nowhere,
Right?
Yep. That's
he
what they
goes, well, technically, you're not legally blind because you can see, 20/50 in the center of your eye. I mean, I'm still going to list it like, oh my God, you should never drive. You should
do.
probably do all these things to protect yourself. You probably should never operate a machine of any kind, including like a hammer. But at the same time, as I can't diagnose you by the general, like here's the general outline that I've been given. But then you go to the neuro-ophthalmologist, she says, okay, hold on. We're going to run the visual field test. We're going to run it 3 times longer because your nystagmus and the way your vision processes it, you see that dot 20% of the time when it's in your peripheral.
Right.
Because of the way your eyes are constantly moving, but you don't see it every time, and that's the key.
Wow.
It's like, oh God.
I hate those visual field tests. They give me
yeah,
I do
anxiety.
too.
I used to
There's-
love it. Can we talk about my history with the damn visual field test? Okay.
Yes. No.
Oh God. So I have RP, and the main characteristic of RP is closing peripherals, right? That's like what everybody knows about RP.
Right.
So we're like kings and queens of the visual field test. And what's starting to happen, eventually it's not just the peripherals that starts to be your central, but I had central vision for so long that I used to love the field of vision test because I was like, oh, it's like a game and like it's fine and it'll be over soon and I'm just gonna sit here and stare at this dot and I'm gonna press the button and it'll be great. But now that my central vision's crap, I can't look at the dot anymore.
Yeah.
No,
Middle.
I can't
Hate it. You can never find a damn dot.
I can't find the dot in the middle. And they're like, we need you to look straight in order for the test to be accurate. And I'm like, if you could you, I can't find this damn dot.
Right.
I don't know what you want me to do, but
I've done this test 50 times. I know how it works.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I can't. That dot is moving at lightning speed. Like,
I have macular degeneration, and so the same thing is happening to me. I'm losing my peripheral. And that test, I can see the dot, but if I stare at the dot, it starts to double. And I only have one eye, but it starts to blur and double and move around. And that's not the dot, that's my eye.
and every time they send like the newest like visual test girl in there to run that test, she's always like, hold on, I'm gonna go talk to my supervisor really quick.
All the time.
When I did my test, you know how you raise your hand with the flash and all, whatever. The fucking lady's like, wow, you're missing a pretty good significant amount of vision, aren't you? And I was like, are you shitting me? What the no shit, lady. Shit. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? Just to hang out?
Right.
So
like
I didn't go to McDonald's for an eye test. I'm at a specialist.
Right. Like what?
Like I think because the way my left eye works, we're basically just it chose to not do anything basically at all. Something about the way like my corneas and the muscles and all that like look in my eye is like textbook, like here's what you need to look for in blindness,
Mm.
right? And so every time they start shining the light into my eyes to look at them, they go, I've got like 3 interns down the hall who have never actually
Yep.
seen this.
Yeah.
Yes, every
Yours-
time.
Yours is so good. Like, it's such a perfect example. Can I please go get? And you're
Can I
like,
bring
sure,
them in the room?
go
And then
ahead.
you have like 5 students walk in the room.
Yep.
And then they all each take turns with the light in your face. And they're like, yeah, did you see that right there, the papilloma? And you're like, what? Like, and you're just like, okay.
Did you see the way that the insert term you've never heard in your entire life, or you know what it
And
means?
I used to always get my phone on after and be like, papilloma, okay. Oh, swelling. Okay, that's what it means. Why didn't they just say swelling? I don't understand.
God, that's so funny. Yeah, the low vision center at the lighthouse is exists through Nova Southeastern is a private school down here, and that means it's an educational facility, so it's constantly full of students all the time. There's never a time where you go there and Dr. Patterson doesn't have students following her around, like, because it's an education center. That's the whole point of that location. So when I go there, it's always Dr. Pat and like 10 young adults sitting. They're like flanking the room and they're sitting in chairs. And I walk in, I'm like, hey, yo, what's up? You know, there because they're always there. I mean, I don't even know if it's ever been the same people, but I mean, they're always there, like literally throughout my whole exam. And I'm like making jokes with them and stuff because I know they're there, you know?
They're like awkward as hell. For me, it's always me and the doctor, and then they go get the students, and it's like 10 students that just file in the room. It's like, okay.
It's like I'm famous. It feels like being famous.
Right.
Like, what's up, guys? Come on in.
It seriously does. Like when I go to my eye specialist, because I only have like 6 of them, but they literally always have the students behind them, or the trainers, whoever they're the leads, and they got their clipboards and all this shit. And they're all like, by the way, 2 of my specialists are literally like 34 years old, so they're not much older than I am. And every time they come in, I'm like, y'all make me feel like shit because I didn't even go to college, and y'all are like roughly my
Doctors.
age, and you're sitting here being doctors, and I'm like, I don't even want to know what you guys think of me. I don't really care. And then they start talking like RX oil filled W, and I'm like, English, what?
I used to ask them questions. So like the kid would be like, oh, is this blah 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 word blah, and I'd be like, what's that?
I'm a comedian at the eye doctor.
Always explained it.
I'm a comedian at the eye doctor. People love me because I try and diffuse I know they're going to give me bad news. And so I call my doctor Superman. I'm like, look at him flying in. Where's your cape? You don't even need one, do you, Superman? And
you don't even need one.
I tell the nurses, every one of them, you're my hero because you're doing the best you can to save my vision. And I need that. So thank you. And I treat people with such respect that I think they remember me, because most people are crying and so worried that their life is over based on the diagnosis. And that's, for all of us, I think that's what happens at first diagnosis. You're like, oh no, you're devastated.
I probably started out devastated, like probably as a child, right? But like still got to play the GameCube in the waiting room, right? I think it was a GameCube with probably only like,
oh, you're showing your age.
Some dumb game. And
hold on, wait, I had a GameCube.
Love GameCube.
I had a Sega.
I mean, I had a Genesis.
We had those
Genesis.
I had an Atari 2600.
Wow.
Oh, Dad, take it way back. Tell you, look, you got me.
Boom.
My first game system was a Nintendo.
Yeah, we had the Nintendos.
You got me.
You had to blow the video game and then blow in the machine when it wasn't connecting.
Yes, like it started freezing up. You like,
that's right.
Oh man, good
right.
times. Good times.
But at the same, sorry, go ahead. I all I would say is, as time went on, and my vision has kind of stayed stable to them, and I'd say it's getting worse as I get older. I probably became more of a comedian, and then I started becoming like really cynical. Like I'm kind of just pissed that I'm
right.
there. Like I get it. Like I've had enough.
Yeah.
Like I'm 30 almost. I say that I'm 29, but I like.
What?
Please stop telling me like this shit. Like I'm like I've had it. Like can you just write? Can you just write the damn magical piece of paper so that I just don't have to come back here? Like this isn't gonna change. We're not gonna make any revelation like progress. Like I've been there 100 times. The second to last time I was there, they pulled out the colorblind book for the first time, and they're like, "Yeah, I think you're colorblind too." Wow. And you're like, I don't fucking need that. Like I don't like
right.
like that's not. Sure. Tiny little dots with variations and tiny little bit of color.
Different colors. Yeah.
Sure. You're right. You're right. My eyes constantly moving around. I probably can't read the stupid colorblind book, but I also studied graphic design and drawn 1,000 things on computers and studied color theory already. Like so, like I don't need the crap to be you don't need to add it on. Like that's fine.
What's even the point of that? I feel like because colorblindness, I'm not fully colorblind. I like to say color confused.
Me too.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Colorblindness, I feel like isn't something, unless someone is like, I think I'm experiencing this and I would like you to tell me. I don't understand why that would be something like, let's see if you're colorblind. Why not? Like what?
Well, the reason they do that is because you might not know. You might not realize that is an issue. So they just do everything so that they can bring it to your attention.
I suppose.
I mean, I had a vision.
They have those new. They have the new colorblind glasses too.
Yeah, the Felix.
I've never seen those.
Whatever the hell they're called, I don't remember.
Wow.
But I hear they're awfully expensive. But you can put them on and you can see everything in color, the right colors and everything.
I mean, come on, this is a thing that was invented to make people's lives better. You thought it would actually be affordable?
Oh no, they're expensive.
No, like obviously
you
not.
Really think?
No, yeah, my I'm gonna call him my godbrother, I guess. I don't know. He is colorblind and he's an artist, a digital artist. He wants to make video games for a living.
Nice.
And so we were thinking of getting him some of those colorblind glasses. So Joe and I looked it up because we thought that'd be like a cute joint Christmas gift or something. So we looked it up and we were like, oh, we got people to help us with this one.
How much are they, Sean?
That's what I was gonna ask.
I'd have to check again because this was a couple years ago, but I just remember being like, damn, I wish they were not that much.
Was it like a couple thousand, a couple 100,000?
It wasn't anything like how CCTVs and shit are, where they're like, 12 grand for a freaking, like, it wasn't anything that crazy.
12 grand for a magnifier with a camera on it with a screen.
Yeah,
exactly.
It wasn't anything that wild. It was definitely hundreds. But
but honestly, Dave, how surprising is that? Our phones are $1,200. It only took them $50 to make the phone.
Right.
No, but that's. I realize that a CCTV, like the cameras and stuff in a CCTV, are way more advanced than the camera in my phone, right? But like at the same time, it's still parts for a camera, right? I can go buy a DSLR. I have several cameras behind me on these shelves, right? That cost a couple $100. They're nice cameras, but you're telling me to put a screen on that it with a camera that's probably worse than some of these lenses and all these things. Like you're telling me that's $12,000.
But you got to understand that it's the state agencies that are buying this equipment for us, and nobody cares how much a state agency pays for the equipment.
Yeah, well, so my grandfather had to buy my CCTV growing up. And then the school district bought a joint CCTV that was shared amongst the several visually impaired students within the same building. Okay. And that's great. That was fantastic. I've grown up and been able to use more just general public, equipment to accommodate myself because I found that that's just easier and cheaper.
Right.
but it irritates me to all ends that this equipment costs so much money, and I realize they're not selling as much of the equipment. Therefore, the demand versus like I get it, but like at the same time, just why don't we just make it nice for everybody? Why don't we start helping people? Why don't we start? But this goes down to like, health insurance is still corrupt in the exact same way. All sorts of medications that people need to survive cost more than I make in 2 months.
Who you telling?
I know you, Kate. Like I know, and it's the reality is they're charging way too much for like insulin and stuff. Like this is I know where we're going down this road. It's a problem that we need to solve as a society, and the problem is no one gives a shit.
That's why we already say they don't care enough.
And the thing is, though, it's not only that they don't care enough, it's that they're profiting too much off the way things are right now. So why would they do it?
All right, no, right. This benefits them the way it's set up now. This is beneficial for them the way it is. So why would they change it? Not to, because no one cares about being a good person or a good human being, except those who've realized that we need to make sacrifice. I think I talked to you about this, Shai, is that people need to make sacrifices to help other people. Like the mask thing that's going on, like if we want to bring this to like general public, right? Like we want to bring this to the level of everybody in the world going on right now. I would be willing to bet that everybody on this panel and everybody who ends up on this podcast would say, no, I wear a mask to help the people around me. Yeah. And that's why I do it. I don't care that it might not help me. I don't care that it might not even help others. The possibility that it'll help others, I'm willing to make those sacrifices to help other people.
Yeah.
Then the people who aren't are the same people who would say, why should we help them? All I care about is myself.
Yeah.
Right. And these are the same people profiting off of things that help other people. Like it's
the fact that they have to like with medicine and healthcare and all that stuff. If you need it to live, you're gonna buy it for whatever they sell it at because you have to have it or you will die. And that's the point. That is that's the point. I learned that when I was so young because I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 8, and like I didn't even know how much my parents were spending on until it hit me when I was like 17, 18 years old. And I was like, holy shit. And like, you have to, if you don't have it, you die. That's it. You just die. There is no other way. You die. And like people, they know that. That's exactly why they do what they do.
But if you're listening to this conversation, if you're a person out there, a listener of this podcast, listen to how fucked up that is. Like,
you know
that's
what's
our
weird?
World.
What's weird to me is that you didn't see, even in the pandemic, you didn't see Walgreens or CVS lowering their prices, right?
Nope, they raised them.
They raised them, right? But you saw Walmart offering potatoes cheaper. You know what I mean? All the stuff, the necessities, maybe not toilet paper, but you saw prices dip on things, but not on medications. And there's not this thing where, well, you don't need it so bad, so we're going to charge you, but like Caitlin, you need it, we're going to give it to you for free. And by the way, insulin is something that costs 99 cents to make now, and it's been around forever. It's not like it's a new and famous drug. Some guy bought the patent and raised the price to 900%, and that's the issue we have, and nobody's doing anything about it, but they all stand on a stage and say, we hope we do.
It's just like that asshole that got all the flack for raising the price of EpiPens. Do you guys remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it was like, whoever, I don't care. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't know what your name is. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You, who are not
you
at all, raised the price of EpiPens for no reason. Then everybody got mad.
Yep.
And I had to bring it back down, even though they were already ridiculously expensive. Isn't it?
But this is the problem with something that people need. If we need it, they can charge whatever they want for it. But that's not how this should be working.
Nope.
People, you can look at Texas as an example of their electricity, right? They all voted for privatized electricity, and I realize not everybody there, and there's a bunch of people who suffered, and I feel really bad for them, right? I hate getting political on podcasts, but like at the same time, those companies are profiting over charging them $9,000 for that couple of days where their power went out, because that's the way their supply and demand works. People are fucking nuts to think that's okay. Look, I have to pay for water and sewer in my house. I understand that I pay that amount of money so they can maintain the systems, right? But at the same time, like, my water isn't out of control at the moment. The price of water isn't a problem. I can afford it. It's not unreasonable.
It's
but if
water,
they were to,
it's water. They're charging you for a natural resource. That's a problem.
Yeah, no, you see that, right? No, I agree. But if they were to continue to make this more expensive, which I'm sure they will, right? I can't just stop taking showers. I can't just stop going to the tap and filling my cup with water. I need it to survive. And if they were doing that to people, and then we were comparing it directly to the things that we do to people with disadvantages who need other things, and said, these things are comparable. Water, right? Wow. Water and my insulin are equal, right?
Yeah.
People would have a different opinion, but we don't view it that way. We just
would have a different opinion is because it would affect them. Is it
right?
That's what happened.
We have visually impaired in the chat, and they say the amount that they get from disability is the same amount that they use to spend on the meds to slow down the vision loss.
Yep.
Yeah. And by the way, I was just denied for 10 days my test strips for my glucose monitor by Medicare. For 10 days for test strips, as if it was an opiate controlled substance. So there is a definite issue with the Medicare system, but I want to say that it's the bureaucracy of it, maybe not the people in control of it. And that I'm trying to figure out what it is that people don't like about government, and that's it. Politicians are only trying to work within the program, and we need a government, so we can't hate that. But it's the bureaucracy, the people trying to act like they're doing something while they do nothing. That's the issue I have, you know.
Well, the pharmaceutical companies are the fucking problem.
Well, they're just doing what they can get away with. By the way, you know, if I could charge $19 an episode, I would charge it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. There's a more friendly idea. Is this podcast is free for everyone to listen to at any time, and and everybody sitting on here is contributing in their own way, and you're doing a ton of editing, and that is like, if you were getting paid for that, that'd be a lot of money.
Right.
But the reality is the demand for this podcast probably isn't high enough to charge that. Right.
No, I'm not going to say that. We have thousands of listeners every episode.
I meant to ask you that. How many listeners do we have?
Listen, a lot of my friends and like people have reached out to me telling me that they've been listening to it the past couple episodes. So I'm like, that's good.
My mom subscribed.
My mom.
I subscribed.
My mom didn't even subscribe. You know what? I'm going to talk to them later. I have an issue. Everybody else is, you know what? I'm not even going to tangent right now.
My mom thinks all my content, everything I've made, is as crappy as the shit I made when I was like 8 years old with
funny.
With crappy cameras and stuff. She thinks everything I make now is the equivalent of that still.
Aww.
And so when she sees something that does kind of like circular into her thing, she's like, you and Jeff are still really funny from when you were kids. It's like, thanks, Mom. I appreciate it.
Okay, so let's shift a little bit away from the doom and gloom of our fucking society.
Thank you, Shai. Thank you. Thank you.
In better news,
let's talk about your content, your current ventures. You know, what are you doing? Like, I know, but
what are you doing?
I've made podcasts and YouTube videos for years.
No way.
But I know it's crazy. It's almost like I have a setup to do it. But with the pandemic and just time and becoming older and having less and less free time, and projects dying because the demand for those projects was no longer wanted, I've decided to focus on my new YouTube channel, The Snack Network, where we try new foods and drinks.
Love that.
Yay, people eating. I love the sound of that.
Yeah, it's great. It's a video focus thing. I when opportunities to cut out grossness occur, I do it usually. Sometimes I lean into it. So what do I know? But focusing on YouTube and doing this has been really fun. I don't know what its future is, but tasting new foods and drinks constantly is great. I had a bunch of videos I shot with Shy that I was supposed to edit today, but then I was lazy and tired and worn out. So no, I watched TikTok for a couple hours. I made some stitches and I cleaned up the house a little bit instead of editing those videos, Shy. But we tried a bunch of Japanese snacks from Amazon, so that's coming at some point.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've enjoyed watching your channel. I enjoy the videos are, fun, and it's like, oh look, weird ranch Chipotle Doritos or something.
I will never watch that. I won't watch that episode. But you do Little Debbie's, and I'm all over that, buddy.
Right. We did Little Debbie's, and they were gross.
You do some fried chicken, and I'm in the building.
We did a bunch of desserts for Easter, and the way we shot videos, we shot 15 videos in one day. Now sounds crazy, but it's the only way I could get like daily content out, and I just have fallen off because I've gotten busy again and couldn't produce daily content. But I'll tell you, eating a bunch of like sweet dessert crap back to back to back, like Little Debbie's and Little Donuts and Twinkies, and oh god, it was so awful. It was one of, and we had to just stop, I think, because if we kept going, everything would taste terrible.
It all tastes the same.
And some of the best, we did like wrap snacks, which is like these chips that have been around for like 20 years.
I love
them. Brand them wrap snacks, but they were just like the best spicy barbecue chips I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
You're like, I like finding strange stuff, but at the same time, is like kind of got to stay with things that people are semi-interested in.
Listen, there's a girl on TikTok. She lives in maybe like Australia or the UK or something.
She's very funny.
She gets Americans to send her, because there's a lot of stuff that that's illegal in their country. So she's getting like Gushers and fruit roll-ups and Girl Scout cookies, and she's tasting all of them. And she's giving like a review, and
she was the one that tasted ranch.
She tried ranch, and she was like,
I love it.
Yeah,
she was putting
on everything.
Around the world, ranch is called Cool American.
Really?
That's weird, isn't it? They know about ranch. They just call it Cool Us.
They just don't have it. It's wild to me that they don't have like. I mean, it makes sense, but like
things that we don't have, So.
Oh well, yeah.
So
trust me, my West Indian, we have these sponge cakes, but when Trump came in office, he made them illegal. Or not, he made it so that they can't get, not illegal, but he made it so they can't get through customs. So now, like, when my family from England or something is coming, we're like, bring a suitcase full of sponge cake. Just a suitcase full.
Just bring all of it.
Right. Buy the whole store.
Yeah. But I enjoy watching you try things that I could potentially walk up on in like a Publix, because then I could be like, oh, Dave said that was good. Or, oh, Dave said that was
buy this.
Yeah, no, I enjoy doing, I try to do only new things. I think doing stuff that other people have already, tried isn't as exciting, but like we got like that Cheez-It popcorn. Cheez-It made that loaded popcorn, and I think it's already gone, but it was like one of the best things I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Hunt it down.
But at the same time, when that guy punched that guy in a gas station like 20 minutes from my house over a Twisted Tea can, he just took a Twisted Tea and just smacked it across his head. We're like, we're gonna review Twisted Tea. We've all had it 10 years ago and it's gross. We all know it's gross, but we're about to do a video about it because that happened.
Yeah, what's with the Twisted Tea comeback? I'm seeing it in TikTok videos all over the place.
That's because that guy hit a guy with straight. This guy's doing something terrible. Let's not talk about it because I'll just spiral us down to another people being horrible.
Wow.
And so he takes his can of Twisted Teas in the line behind this guy, and he just right across his head. The Twisted Tea like smacked, exploded, on him, and then he just beat the shit out of that guy, and it was completely warranted, and I live very close to this gas station, and it was like, yeah, Twisted Tea's a thing. Let's remind everybody.
I know Twisted Tea.
Has...
I know Twisted Tea was like, thanks for the marketing.
Yeah, right. They're not gonna mention it, but like I places that wouldn't normally stock Twisted Tea are in this area currently stocking Twisted Tea because it's a thing again. People care.
It's not even good.
No, it's not. It's terrible. It's disgusting.
It's not good.
I've never had it.
I've never had it.
You're really missing nothing.
You're
not
missing.
Oh, I expect everyone in this room who has not tried it to go get a can today and send me a vertical video of them trying it for the first time, and I'll put them up on the Stack Network. It'll be hilarious.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna get a $15 Uber to get up to the store to buy a Twisted Tea.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not worth it.
Well, luckily I could just walk to the 7-Eleven. Hopefully they have it there.
Well, they deliver it on
I'm
Uber
sure they
Eats.
do.
Will they deliver it on Uber Eats if you order from 7-Eleven? Will they bring you a tall boy of Twisted Tea? I wonder.
See, it depends on, like, I know maybe not my state, but I know like my county or whatever, they don't deliver alcohol.
Yeah, mine.
It's annoying.
It's called.
I don't know.
It's Drips. So annoying.
Drips is the new app that you can get alcohol delivered.
Let me
cool.
Okay, I was gonna say I need because like if I have to order alcohol, it has to be through the grocery store. It has to be through, like, if I'm getting my groceries delivered, that's the only way. Like, I can't get it from 7-Eleven. I can't get it. I think they were doing it through restaurants, but all of our bars, it's all open back up till 2 a.m. now. Like, it's just
we
all
don't
the way
have
in
random places selling liquor. We have a liquor store, and that is the only place you can get any type of liquor.
Yeah,
or unless you go to the restaurant.
Super common.
But they can't deliver it to you. Like, you have to go to the restaurant, sit down, drink it, and that you can't leave with it. Nothing.
Wow.
Unless you go to the liquor store and buy liquor, that's the only place you can get liquor.
Wow.
When the world shut down, I think some of the rules kind of lifted about like takeout beer. Like, yes. I think the bars were like, well, we still have giant, kegs of beer that we still have to sell, or this is gonna go bad.
Yeah.
And so laws
crazy.
Be damned. If somebody wants a Miller Lite draft in their to-go box, we'll put it in there.
I mean, that's what they were doing. You could get $12 martinis to go. I was like, y'all, I'm like, damn, just go sit down and go get it and just drink it outside on the sidewalk. So that's crazy. I don't know.
Oh, you can't do that here. Oh, you can't drink alcohol.
I mean, I guess you can.
In public, unless you're on an outdoor pad. It's stupid. It's the stupidest rule.
That's most states though, except for like Vegas. That's like most states.
Oh yeah, Vegas doesn't give
or New Orleans, right?
Florida.
I mean, but it's such a stupid workaround. Like, I worked at a gas station for 2.5 years. I worked nights, and then I needed to sleep, and then I need to be somewhere, and picking up awful habits. I started drinking in between that morning shift and whatever, just because a little bit of alcohol will just kind of mellow you down from a work shift a little bit quicker than it will to just try to go sleep at 6 a.m.
I love that you're justifying yourself like we were going to judge you. Like, we don't do the
trust
same
me.
thing, Dave. We don't do the same thing.
I judge myself, but because I'm visually impaired and I can't just like drive home and do that.
Right.
I had to walk down the street. I have a 25-minute walk. So what I do is I take a big gulp cup, because I worked at a 7-Eleven. I take a big gulp cup, a bunch of ice. I pour a tall boy into it, and then I put a straw into it.
That's right.
It looks like tea. It looks like tea. No one questions it.
You're describing my junior year of high school.
Literally. That's what I used to do in high school. Except we got the McDonald's, the extra large teacups,
right?
And we would just put like the original Four Loko. You just put the whole can. You put the whole can in the McDonald's cup, and then you put the lid on, and you run the straw through the can, and you just held it, and you could walk around with it, and then we would get so grossly drunk off one of those, and for $2, and you were set for the rest of the evening.
That's
right. That was it.
I mean, that's like a classic smuggling a good old vodka water bottle into Rapids Water Park with my coffee.
This is different.
That's right.
Like, this is an employee of a gas station going into the back room with a can of beer, and like I realize that we all kind of probably have done something like this, but like I was an employee of this store.
Listen, you're feeding it. You're feeding it in.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, at F7-Eleven. That place is so fucked up.
Chat?
Yeah, we got people.
But honestly, does alcohol interfere with the way you see? Because like I can't drink because I only have one eye. Double vision and dizziness doesn't work for me.
So I never drink that. I'm pretty good at not drinking an absurd amount of like to black it out or anything. I do think it makes my nystagmus worse.
Yeah.
Like basically I think it makes it more noticeable because I think my brain is just auto-correcting constantly to not make my life completely miserable. But I think alcohol says, yeah, no, we don't have the function for that motor function anymore. Therefore, here you go. Yeah, the world is spinning, but you're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm not fine.
It's 3:55. Just marking the time, guys.
All right.
I was just gonna tell you that, Brittany. You're so on the spot. Visually impaired, I think says what Shai was gonna say is that here in Florida you can buy alcohol anywhere. But if you're drinking it, you also have to have a gun in your hand. So
No gun, no drink.
North. No, but yeah, you can buy. I could walk into the CVS down the street and buy literally any, like there's wine, all that.
I mean, you can
That
buy
would be very nice.
You can buy any beer pretty much anywhere that that would sell at gas stations, grocery stores, the whatever. You can't buy wine on some Sundays in some places,
right?
And you can't buy liquor in anywhere but the liquor store. Like you can buy this shit tiny bottle of vodka that's not very good at the gas station, but you can't buy like the real rum and the real stuff anywhere but at the liquor
I guess
store.
The upside to it for where I am at, because I say you nowhere, only the liquor store sells any type of alcohol, but there's a liquor store in every corner. So literally,
I mean, the city I grew up in was church, bar, church, bar, church, bar, church.
Where did you grow up, Dave? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Lakewood, Ohio, which is right outside of Cleveland. Like you can walk it. Lakewood is a 5-mile circle, and then Cleveland is right on the border of it. I've always been basically a 10-minute walk from Lake Erie.
Okay.
So. And then because I've gotten older and had to move on, I've moved into Cleveland.
Okay.
So I'm actually in Cleveland now, but still pretty close to where I grew up.
Okay. Jason, I'm going to comment on the drinking and being blind thing. So, when I'm drinking, I am fine, but the next day my dizziness is so out of control, and like my nausea is, I just get like that motion sickness all day long.
I think you're not drinking enough. You're not drinking enough water while you're drinking.
Yeah, you gotta hydrate.
No. I drink plenty of.
Kate knows how to drink, you guys.
Oh well, this is true.
I feel like Kate knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I'm a pretty heavy drinker. Well, I used to be. I'm still. Yeah, whatever. But no, I definitely drink a lot of water. I make sure I eat. And I don't drink a lot of, like, I don't drink stuff with sugar in it. Honestly, I drink like white wine, which is next to like, there's like 4 carbs per glass. And then like White Claws or the hard seltzer, they have like 2 carbs that, no sugar. But when I'm drinking, I'm fine. It's the aftermath where I'm like, I woke up one day and I fell all the way over. Like I ran right into the wall.
Oh my God.
I was so confused. Like it's the worst. It is the absolute worst.
I noticed that when I'm drunk.
You get drunk?
Yeah.
Shy, wait, what?
That I do. I do things, guys. I noticed that when I'm drunk, I get like my vision does this thing where it like fades in and out.
Yes.
Like it's like it's like you've got a dimmer switch on the lights and you like
yes.
and they'll do that every few minutes.
I'm glad I don't experience this. This is good. This is good to know.
That's what Dave.
Shai, what's your memory like? Because like for me, my memory when I'm drinking, I can't remember because my vision. Like I am such a visual learner. I'm a hands-on learner. That's just how I've always been. Like especially when I was like bartending and serving tables. Like if you just show me one time, I'm good. I don't have to write anything down. Like my memory was amazing, but like I've noticed now that my memory is shit already just because I have nothing to look back on or think back on because there's no visual. But when I drink, even like a conversation, even if I'm only like 2 drinks in, I'm not drunk, I don't remember anything. I have nothing to look back on and think like it's crazy.
See, I experience that even when I'm not drinking. So I
but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like it's just worse when I'm drinking. Does that happen to you though?
I never thought of that.
I have really I like to think I have really good memory. I think it comes from having to memorize my sheet music since 10th grade. I just have a really good memory and I'm very auditory. So that doesn't happen to me at all. The only time that I don't remember what happened when I was drunk is if I get like blackout crazy drunk, which has only happened maybe twice.
I've only been drunk that drunk once in my life, and I say, "Whoa, we're not getting that drunk
Yeah,
again."
No, that's
it was scary. They were like, "Oh, you did this," and someone showed me a video, and I was like, "Okay, the fact that I remember that is terrifying, and I'm never."
Yes,
me too.
I have the nerve to get that drunk off of Everclear.
What?
I am never going to tell you guys. I'm literally never going to tell you guys any of my stories.
When my 21st birthday, I got drunk enough to throw up outside the bar. Okay. That basically that.
At least you made it outside the bar.
Yeah, at least you made it outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 feet off the step after everybody said, "Look down, Dave, look down," and then I walked out, and then I barfed right on the telephone pole right outside the bar. Great, perfect, fantastic, fine. After I learned that lesson, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've drank enough to get sick again, but I've also never drank like so much that I can't function.
Right.
So because of that first experience, I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell y'all any of my stories then because I don't relate to any of that. So.
Not with 3 minutes left to go in the show. We'll make that an.
I was going to say, guys, it's like.
I'm so glad this is the show I got to be on. Blind drinking and.
It's important, Dave. It's important.
The system is fucked up and.
Fuck the system.
Fuck the system.
And we talked about food, so that's good.
Yeah.
Also,
food's always great.
I wanted to put in that I fucking hate Twinkies.
Thank you, Shy. Y'all were talking about Twinkie, and I was like, what?
They taste like plastic.
I don't like the filling in the middle. I don't like. To me, texture is a big deal. So I don't like whipped cream. Nothing that's soft. I can't. I don't like it.
But Twinkies are fucking gross, dude. The first time I had a Twinkie, I was a kid, and I was like, one of my other child friends gave it to me and was like, "These are the best. My mom gives me one every day." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she gave it to me, and I was like, "This is the worst thing ever."
That's funny.
Every day.
Growing up as a chunky child, all the kids used to make fun of me and be like, "You want a Twinkie, don't you?" And I was like, "Why do you guys keep saying that? I hate Twinkies." I hate Twinkies.
You're like, I just want a whole pizza. I don't want a Twinkie.
Yeah.
I don't like Twinkies. They're disgusting.
Yeah, Twinkies suck. Trust me. This isn't from Twinkies. This is from good things.
Right. This is from fried chicken and pizza and all of the good things.
Yeah.
As Jay would say, pizza and Sprite. This is what this is from.
Yeah.
Candy corn is awesome. I just wanted to throw that out.
I love candy corn.
Him and his candy corn. Oh my god.
Anyway, hey Dave, so where can we find your stuff? Where do you want people to come and find you?
You can find me everywhere at TellYouDave. That's a dumb thing that started from a podcast when I changed my online name. And you can follow my YouTube channel at the Snack Network, and we post on Facebook and all sorts of little videos on Twitter and stuff. So the Snack Network, or at the Snack Net on most things, and TellYouDave.
I love it. Hey, Brittany, you were on a podcast, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
I was a guest on the Low Vision Guy podcast. I think he said he's going to post it either tomorrow or Friday.
But you're not a guy. You're not a low vision guy.
I'm a low vision gal.
It's called. She's a low vision god. Yes.
Okay.
Goddess.
I don't separate the God, goddess. It's all one thing, and that's you.
Mm-hmm.
So Caitlin got a two blind guys box. I saw.
Oh my god,
I did. Yeah. So two blind guys, if you guys don't know, you shop blind, you don't know what you're getting, you just put in your size, and they send you a blind box, and this is for everybody. So basically the concept is that you kind of get a little glimpse of what it's like shopping blind. I know like they do have a store. I don't know, since COVID, I don't really know how they do that. But it's really cool. Some of their stuff has Braille on it. They have the materials out of control. It's amazing. And you can find them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And yeah, you definitely need to check them out. And all their the money they get for the blind boxes, it goes to a cure for blindness. And it's owned by two brothers, and they're both blind. They were on Ellen.
Yeah, they were.
They have plus sizes.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sure they do. And they're like, they have like sweats, they have, like hats, socks, the whole nine. And there's Braille on some of the clothing. And it's really cool. It's awesome. You guys definitely should check them out. If you ever have a chance.
Definitely. They didn't respond to me, so I'm kind of jealous they responded to you. Hey, Shai, how was your did you perform in Orlando, or were you just there on vacation?
So no, I was just it was an escape for Joe.
Okay. That
We
was one of my favorite voice messages that I've ever gotten, with these horns tuning in the background and stuff while you're talking to us.
Yeah, that was down here. We performed this Sunday. We got home Saturday night. So we performed this Sunday at this park, this wildlife preserve here in South Florida.
Nice.
They invited the Broward Jazz Band to play, and Joe and I are both in the Broward Jazz Band. So that's what that was.
Oh, well, I love that. And everybody else, you can find episodes of Inspirations Beyond Disabilities on Spotify, Apple Podcast, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Player FM. You can use your Google device and just ask it to play Inspirations Beyond Disabilities, and it will, because I tried it and it worked. And for everybody, it's a production note. I went and listened to our show on the Google device, and I had it in I had our theme song in stereo, and so parts of it cut out. I fixed that, so you can go ahead and now enjoy the full experience.
And don't forget, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, you can fill out the application on our Instagram page, Inspirations Beyond Disabilities.
Love it.
The link is in the bio.
Those of you who have already done it, we see you. There's a lot. Don't worry.
You don't have to keep hitting us up.
Yeah, don't keep asking if we saw you.
Go ahead.
It's so funny because I reach out to people and I'm like, "Did you apply? Because I really want to talk to you."
Yeah.
But yeah, Daisy, I heard, is coming around the corner, so I'm really excited about that one.
We're all super excited.
I told my friends about it. I was like, I'm so excited. I love this girl, and I can't wait to meet her and find out more about her.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. I know this is your show and stuff.
Can I promote one more thing before we end it?
Anything.
It's just me. Okay, so I signed up for a competition to be on the cover of Maxim magazine, because I thought it'd be cool to share my story and have like a blind diabetic on there, and you win $25,000 if you win. But the voting is on April 20th, and I will make more posts and promos about it. But yeah, I think it would be cool. I just decided to apply because it was free and it can get my story out there, and I could potentially win some money and hopefully donate medical supplies for people that don't have health insurance. So
I
Yeah.
love that.
yeah.
Love
Love
that.
that.
Exciting.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Dave.
Yay.
Dave, we
love
had
you
a great
guys.
time. I'm so glad we got
I'm
to
glad.
do this.
What?
Until next time.
And our chat is on point, by the way. I love it.
People.
Yes. Love you guys in the chat.
Yes. The
Thanks for
support
coming.
is real.
The support is real. All right.
We love you all.
And
Talk to you guys soon.
Oh, we're ending the stream. Bye, everybody. Bye. I hate saying bye.